Say that. I wouldn't say that. Right now, I'm just weighing out my options and looking for the best opportunities and options for Terence Crawford in my career.
I feel like Canelo, he's a more natural super middleweight. And if he's going against Canelo, his first fight being at 168, it's kind of already, he has a lot of disadvantages against him. So I feel like
let's fight. I think Crawford has the skills, but when it comes to start getting shots and blocking them power shots, and Canelo knows how to move too. He has agility. It's not like a robot.
In a surprising twist, the much-anticipated Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford fight might finally come to life after Canelo reportedly considers Turkey Ike's proposal. Canelo, a boxing sensation since the early days of his illustrious career, has consistently pursued high-profile bouts that promise substantial rewards. The upcoming year, 2025, seems to follow the same trend. Recently, comments from the Mexican superstar resurfaced, where he expressed his willingness to entertain offers from Saudi officials for a potential clash with Crawford. In May, Canelo remarked, "I'm in. Why not? Don't get me wrong. He's a great fighter. But for me, in my weight class, it's an easy fight and easy money." Speaking about his ambitions, Canelo stated that after his impressive win against John Ryder, he aims to continue building his legacy by winning every fight he takes on. However, with multiple challengers in the mix, Canelo understands that his choices at this stage must be strategic, as they could significantly impact his reputation in the sport.
Milestone.
Milestone, you've been undisputed.
Yeah.
4 divisions.
Look,
what's the next?
keep winning fights. Keep winning fights.
Since last year, His Excellency Turkey Alec has been vocal about his vision to organize a mega fight featuring Canelo Alvarez and pound-for-pound king Terence Crawford. Fully aware of Canelo's future plans, Alec expressed his enthusiasm for bringing this blockbuster event to life. He stated that, although specific dates have yet to be finalized, the fight remains a top priority for 2025. However, he clarified that they will focus on this event only after completing their pre-scheduled plans for the current year.
It's one of our plan to see him fight in 25.
The goal obviously is a Canelo fight for him, right?
We hope he wants this fight.
It's no secret that Turkey Alec and Canelo Alvarez have had their disagreements over the years, particularly regarding how official matters are handled. However, in his many recent interviews, Turkey seems to have set those differences aside. His focus now is on creating monumental fights that not only excite fans eagerly awaiting these events, but also offer fighters unique chances to settle old scores. With these plans, Turkey aims to deliver unforgettable moments for boxing enthusiasts while opening doors for the athletes to seize rare opportunities for redemption.
Versus Canelo.
As I tell before to the ESPN, I give him the offer. If he's smart, he will accept it.
Yo, Turk, tell the fans what we doing next.
If you want financials.
Tell them we going for Canelo next.
Yes.
Let's
go. Canelo, come on.
You heard it from him.
We are ready.
Echoing similar sentiments, Saudi official terrorist Crate has also stepped forward this year, presenting offers to Canelo for a potential matchup. Although no concrete developments have been made yet, Crate expressed confidence that it's only a matter of time before this fight becomes a reality. He highlighted the relentless fan curiosity about the skills, potential, and dominance of both fighters, calling this showdown the biggest fight in boxing. Labeling it as the need of the hour, Crate stressed that fans are eager to witness their icons face off in the ring before they eventually retire from the sport.
I wouldn't say that. Right now, I'm just weighing out my options and looking for the best opportunities and options for Terence Crawford in my career. Well, that's why you're watching and see. That's what everybody want to see us fight for, because everybody got answers that need to be answered. And the only way they can be answered is if me and Canelo is in the ring and we fight. So if that fight does happen, then everybody answers that, and questions and do's and don'ts will be answered.
We shall see, Who knows?
That smile's telling me something else, bro. I think it might be on the line, no?
Just saying, man, we can't say it's not gonna happen. We can't say that it is. So
You know, let's all just wait and see.
Sharing his thoughts on the potential outcome of this fight, Terence Crawford acknowledged the immense challenge posed by facing the formidable Mexican fighter. However, he made it clear that he has no intention of backing down. Crawford vowed to prove to the world that, despite his smaller size, his skill and determination would allow him to outmaneuver and defeat his opponent on the grand stage. Addressing his critics and detractors, Crawford emphasized that after chasing this bout for months, even years, he is determined to bring his absolute best on fight night and silence all doubts once and for all.
Break it down to you, you know what I mean? How it's gonna happen. The strategy is me leaving with my hand, you know, rolls and everybody mouth dropping. That's how I can, you know, sums it up in a little bit of.
As excitement surrounding this potential fight continues to build, several prominent analysts and boxing figures have weighed in, including David Benavidez. Like Terence Crawford, Benavidez has long had his sights set on Canelo Alvarez. Sharing his thoughts on the upcoming bout, David acknowledged that while Crawford is one of the most technically skilled and precise fighters of this generation, he remains smaller compared to Canelo, which could pose a significant challenge. Reflecting on Crawford's recent performance against Israel Mov at 150 pounds on August 3, 2024, Benavidez pointed out how Crawford appeared to lack the same energy and sharpness he displayed at 147 pounds. This raises concerns, especially considering Crawford would be jumping to 168 pounds to face one of the toughest fighters in that division. A massive 23-pound leap.
Crawford he's one of the best technical fighters I've ever seen. But, you know, when he went to 154, I'm not saying he had problems, but he kind of looked like he didn't have the power that he had at 147. And he still had to come up two or three weight classes.
In his analysis, David Benavidez emphasized the critical role weight classes play in combat sports, particularly boxing. He explained that, regardless of a fighter's skill, technique, or experience, the size and strength of an opponent will always provide a significant advantage. Benavidez noted that no matter how well prepared or talented a smaller fighter might be, the larger, stronger opponent will always have the edge, especially when they can use their physicality to dominate in the ring. This reality makes the difference in weight class crucial when considering matchups like the potential fight between Canelo and Crawford.
I mean, I don't know. Crawford, bro, he's like a one-of-a-kind fighter, you know what I mean? Especially since if he knows he's going up to 168, he'll probably bulk up. But, I mean, I think the weight classes have to be respected.
Considering the numerous challenges Terence Crawford would face if he moves forward with a fight against Canelo at 168 pounds, David Benavidez pointed out that even if Crawford somehow manages to make the jump to this weight, it remains an extremely difficult task. He emphasized that Canelo is not only a formidable opponent, but also a master strategist in the ring. Canelo has the remarkable ability to read his opponent's every move, allowing him to create plans that dismantle defenses. Benavidez further noted that despite any size advantage Crawford might have, Canelo can still deliver a devastating punch, capable of ending the fight with a single strike. This combination of skill and power makes Canelo an even more dangerous foe at a higher weight class.
Like Canelo, he's a more natural super middleweight. And if he's going against Canelo, his first fight being at 168, you know, it's kind of already, you know, he has a lot of disadvantages against him. So I feel like Canelo will win.
While David Benavidez seemed open to the idea of the Canelo versus Crawford fight, he couldn't resist taking a jab at Canelo for some of his recent opponent choices. Sarcastically, he criticized Canelo for opting to take on fights that seem easier, where the outcome is almost guaranteed in his favor, instead of pursuing more challenging matchups like the one with him. Benavidez added that while he once had a strong desire to face Canelo in the ring, he's no longer willing to wait around and waste his time hoping for Canelo to finally pick him as an opponent, much like Terence Crawford has done. David made it clear that he's ready to move forward with his career without waiting for a fight that may never happen.
If I don't get that Canelo fight, I really don't care. You know, I mean, I'm really happy where I'm at in my career. I'm happy with the opportunities I'm getting, and you know what I mean. It's just proving myself that I'm the best fighter in the world at whatever weight class I'm at.
Renowned boxing analyst and reporter Chris, the adult, shared his thoughts on the potential fight, which is now allegedly in the negotiation stage. He expressed his belief that the bout is most likely to go in Canelo Alvarez's favor, citing several key reasons, with the most significant being the age gap between the fighters, something that many seem to be overlooking. Chris elaborated, pointing out that while Terence "Bud" Crawford is undeniably a skilled fighter, at the age of 38, he's approaching the stage in his career where fighters are often considered past their prime. With Crawford preparing to face younger, stronger opponents like Canelo, Chris emphasized that time is not on his side, and age could play a crucial role in determining the outcome of the fight.
To fight and defeat a champion who's younger than him. I just want you guys to put that on, because it's not just Canelo being younger. Crawford will be 38 this year, all right? So he's at that age where, I mean, you're considered an old fighter. He's a young man, but he's considered an old fighter. But Crawford's a fantastic fighter, a very elite fighter. All right, one of those guys like Ward, Floyd Mayweather, one of those type of James Toney, one of those type of skill sets.
Addressing the recent comparisons between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather that have been circulating online, Chris, the adult, dismissed them as absurd, emphasizing how these comparisons fail to hold up when you consider several key factors. Chris pointed out that Crawford, despite his impressive skills, can't match Floyd in many aspects, especially when you look back at the 2013 fight between Canelo Alvarez and Mayweather. In that bout, Mayweather's agility and strength were evident as he absorbed Canelo's brutal punches without showing any signs of weakness. Chris also noted that there was little weight difference between Mayweather and Canelo in their fight, as they both fought around the cruiserweight division. In contrast, Crawford would be making a massive jump of nearly 3 weight classes to face Canelo, which is a significant challenge.
Mayweather, and I don't agree. All right, if you look at the punches Crawford gets hit with, if you look at his fight with Madrimov, just his last fight, most recent fight, the punches he got hit with, Floyd Mayweather doesn't get hit, especially consecutively, like those type of punches in a row. I don't see Crawford as a Floyd Mayweather. Totally destroyed Saul Canelo Alvarez. I want you guys to think about this too before my breakdown. Floyd Mayweather versus Canelo in comparison to Terence Crawford versus Canelo. Keep this in mind that Canelo Alvarez and Floyd fought at a catch weight, all right? In this situation, Terence Crawford will be moving up 3 weight classes to Canelo's world, all right? I want you, that's a huge
Considering all the factors, including Canelo's legendary battles with Gennady Golovkin and Floyd Mayweather, Chris, the adult, praised the unparalleled endurance and skills possessed by the Mexican fighter. He highlighted Canelo's remarkable resilience in his recent fight against the much younger and stronger Edgar Bunga. Chris noted that it's truly impressive how Canelo was able to withstand powerful, lethal punches that would have knocked out most fighters. Not only did Canelo absorb those hits, but he also delivered his own solid shots, one of which disoriented Bunga enough to drop him with a single blow, much like Canelo did to Jermall Charlo in a previous encounter. This level of endurance and precision under pressure further solidifies Canelo's dominance in the sport.
And the punches he was absorbing from Berlanga. I mean, you don't have to be a genius or a boxing pugilist to understand that Terence Crawford cannot pack the type of punch to drop Berlanga like that with one punch, and he can't absorb the type of punches Canelo Alvarez was absorbing from the likes of Berlanga or Triple G or Kovalev or Bivol or any of those guys. Terence Crawford cannot absorb those type of punches, all right? So when we talk about size and we talk about strength and all those...
Adding to his praise for the Mexican champion, Chris, the adult, touched on how, after years of experience in the ring against a wide range of opponents, Canelo Alvarez has evolved into a true powerhouse at the peak of his physical condition. Chris compared this to Terence Crawford, stating that, along with the age disparity, Canelo's years of experience and superior physical form would present a significant challenge for the American fighter. The combination of Canelo's enhanced strength, endurance, and ring IQ makes him a formidable opponent, and this will undoubtedly play a major role in the fight against Crawford.
Attributes. Canelo Alvarez stronger, better chin. He's also younger. He's younger by 3+ years than Terence Bud Crawford. There are a lot of things physically, attributes-wise, physical attributes-wise, that's going into Canelo Alvarez's favor. But the one thing that we have to talk about is speed.
Moreover, Chris, the adult, also addressed the concerns surrounding Terence Crawford, put him at a disadvantage against an opponent like Canelo, who already holds several advantages, including strength, experience, and ring IQ. Losing that edge and speed would make it even harder for Crawford to compete effectively at this higher weight class.
Terence Crawford, and Terence Crawford is a fast fighter, period. He's coming from lightweight, starting from lightweight all the way up. His great athlete, full body wise, foot wise, everything. You will see him as a faster fighter, all right? But I am going to argue that Canelo Alvarez, though Terence is faster than Canelo, I don't think he's going to be that much faster than Canelo at 168, at 37, close to 38 years old. I think Terence Crawford is definitely naturally faster, and he'll be faster at 135, faster at 140.
Sharing similar views, Demetrius Andrade, a professional American fighter and multiple-time world champion, discussed the undeniable impact of weight class differences in boxing. He explained that no matter how skilled or accomplished a fighter may be, the size disparity cannot be overlooked. Having spent time with Terence Crawford during their amateur days, Andrade expressed his admiration for Crawford's talents, acknowledging him as one of the best pound-for-pound fighters of recent years. However, Andrade pointed out that despite Crawford's brilliance, the significant size and strength advantage Canelo holds could be too much for him to overcome. He believes that this time, the scale may tip in Canelo's favor, and Crawford will face a tough challenge in the ring.
So, listen, I love Crawford. He's a good friend. We reach out to each other. We've been, travel the world through the amateur program. He see me beat people up. I see him beat people up. He see me get beat up. I got beat up. We both, whatever, everybody. The stories can go on. But, yeah, when it comes to weight and power, man, that shit is real.
Speaking on Canelo's immense power, Demetrius Andrade emphasized that if Canelo were merely larger than his opponents without any other exceptional traits, the fight might have been more evenly matched. However, Andrade pointed out that Canelo's strength goes beyond his size. His power is the kind that can drop any fighter, even the bigger ones. Andrade believes that Terence Crawford's chances of winning are slim to none, considering this factor. He recalled the fight between Canelo and Jermall Charlo, where despite Charlo's considerable size and power, Canelo dominated the ring, forcing him to move around constantly and even dropping him at one point. This showcased not only Canelo's strength but his ability to control the pace and dictate the fight against opponents much bigger than him.
Too, skill level too. Like Canelo's not no pushover. Look what he did to the little girl Charlo. You know what I'm saying? Like Charlo, big bad wolf, and he ran the whole night off of a couple of hooks. Like Canelo threw a couple of hooks and he just ran all night. It's like, where's that? Let's fight. I think Crawford has the skills, but when it comes to start getting shots and blocking them power shots, and Canelo knows how to move too. He has agility. It's not like a robot.
During the interview, Demetrius Andrade addressed the consistent remarks from certain voices in the boxing community suggesting that Terence Crawford could bridge the gap and win the fight due to his superior skill set. Andrade described these opinions as somewhat delusional, acknowledging Crawford's greatness but asserting that, realistically, there's no way he could win this fight without taking significant damage. Despite his strong belief that Canelo will come out on top, Andrade emphasized that this would still be an exciting matchup for the fans of both fighters. He expressed his unwavering support for Crawford, stating that, no matter the outcome, he would be rooting for his brother in this duel, just as they had done in the past.
I don't think Crawford can beat Canelo. But do I think he can give him a good fight? And I'll be sitting there rooting for Crawford all day. I'll put all my money. I'm always going to bet on black, always. But in reality of it, I just think Canelo knows how to fight. He knows how to come in big, and he can throw hard shots. I'm just saying. I'm just talking real boxing facts. I'm not trying to be in this fantasy world because it's not.
On the other hand, after months of negotiations and discussions, the fight that has captured the attention of the entire boxing world, including prominent reporter Sean Zell, is finally on the horizon. The public is particularly intrigued by the financial prospects of this potential bout. While His Excellency is expected to play a major role in the purse themselves, while Canelo is well known for his ability to entertain and draw large audiences, Terence Crawford is more reserved and typically avoids promotional events before his bouts, which could impact the overall promotion and marketability of the fight.
Hearing in Las Vegas this week from people that got good information from the Canelo camp is that the Crawford fight is a very legit possibility next. You know, some type of Riyadh season, PBC, joint promotion. They want to do it here. Money talks, and Turkey Al-Sheikh has a lot of it. So
Sean Zell also explored the possibility of Terence Crawford winning this highly anticipated bout. Zell emphasized that it would be nearly impossible for Crawford to overcome a fighter like Canelo, especially considering this will be Crawford's debut in the 100 and add to the difficulty Crawford would face.
Canelo Crawford fight. I understand why Ant and others would think Crawford can turn Canelo in the center of the ring with his length and beat him. I would still favor Alvarez. I still favor Canelo because I do think he'd have to pick a.
Providing an in-depth analysis of the possible outcome of the fight, Sean Zell acknowledged Terence. However, he emphasized that this time Crawford will face a significantly greater challenge because Canelo is not the type of opponent who can be easily trapped. Instead of falling for those tactics, Canelo will likely come at Crawford with everything he's got, using his superior strength and, most notably, his powerful hands. Sean pointed out that Canelo's relentless approach and raw power will present a whole new set of problems for Crawford, making it a much tougher fight than any he's encountered before.
Opinion, but I think that it'll be hard for Terence to keep Canelo off of him. And Crawford with those long arms is such a dynamic, unique offensive fighter and all that, but I think Canelo is actually a more compact puncher than
Sean Zell emphasized that Canelo's fists would be his strongest weapon in this fight, and noted how often the Mexican fighter's remarkable power is underrated. While Canelo's stance and footwork are impressive, it's his incredible power and his unparalleled ability to land punches with precision that truly set him apart in the division. Sean compared this to Terence Crawford's most recent opponent, David Benavidez, noting that while Benavidez is a younger and stronger fighter than Canelo, he lacks the same punch power. This is a crucial difference in how Crawford will approach this fight. Sean pointed out that Crawford can't train for this bout in the same way he did for his August 2024 fight with Benavidez, as the challenge posed by Canelo's knockout power will require a completely different strategy and preparation.
Oh, and I just don't know. Once he gets in there with Canelo, man, Crawford is Crawford. I mean, he's a monster, but he may not be able to keep this guy off of him, and he may not feel as comfortable. The Canelo's fights have a pattern. If you're not Bivol the last couple years ago, you get back from pillar to post. You can't keep him off of you. And I think Canelo's hand speed is underrated. You see this big, burly, stocky 5'8" guy. You don't think he's going to have his hand speed will surprise you. He's explosive. And you see how Madrimov was able to place the right hand. Again, styles make fights. Canelo doesn't have Madrimov's youth and feet and feints. But he's Canelo, and that's Madrimov. And
he can't fight Canelo the way he fought.
Echoing the sentiments of his fellow pundit, Sean Porter expressed concern for the 38-year-old Terence Crawford, particularly regarding his ability to absorb the heavy punches Canelo is likely to deliver if they were to meet in the ring. Porter appeared somewhat anxious, acknowledging that Crawford's resilience could be tested to its limits against Canelo's power. Shifting his focus to Canelo, Porter noted another key factor. The Mexican fighter will give his all in the early rounds. Based on Canelo's recent fight patterns, it's clear that he tends to slow down as the fight progresses. Therefore, Porter believes Canelo will push hard in the opening rounds, aiming to take Crawford down before his stamina starts to wane.
I'm concerned about him absorbing a Canelo punch, especially through the course of 12 rounds. We do know this about Canelo. He's going to slow down. So I think if anything, Canelo would try to start fast and bang on him and break him down before he gets later, and he still got that kind of sting.
Although still uncertain about the outcome of the fight, Sean Zell acknowledged that while Canelo is likely to be the favorite due to his size and power advantage, there remains a significant possibility that Terence Crawford could make a comeback during the middle rounds. Sean pointed out that Crawford has proven his resilience in the past, particularly in his fight against Errol Spence Jr., where many expected him to lose. However, Crawford defied the odds by expertly countering Spence's attacks and eventually back in tough situations could play a crucial role in this fight as well, making it far from a done deal for Canelo.
Really hard for me to see Canelo losing to Crawford, but it's also, there's things that I can see that Crawford is so good at.
Yeah.
That it's like, I can't see him not.
It's that make a champion. There's so many components that make a great, a legend. It's just so much to go into. It's a conversation that lasts an hour easily when we talk about all of the components that Terence Crawford has, all of the components that Canelo had, and how we find how they even out and who trumps one another, you know?
So, in the end, what do you think about this fight? Do you believe Canelo made the right decision by accepting the offer from His Excellency? Or do you think this fight is not the best choice for both fighters, given the many disparities that seem to heavily impact Terence Crawford? Be sure to share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more updates.